here today to talk about I Mooves for a bulletproof body. And this is the practice itself. How do we build a practice? What are the criteria of a practice? What are the ingredients for the best IMoove diet on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis? What are the main ingredients, Michael, of an IMoove practice?
Well, first I want to quantify bulletproof body, all right? I don't want to send a message out there that we can withstand the impact of a bullet. It's not that. What it means to me is having this fully functional body that is able to move through life, free from injury, free from a lot of the debilitating, effects of normal life that people, as they age and stage, start to experience. A bulletproof body, in my world, is something different than that.
It seems to me that it's not even just a body. It's a kind of an attitude, because you've imparted this to me. And I would say that approaching that IMoove practice every day is about assuming the strength, the confidence, the health, the vigor, and the vitality of the self. Starts to really dictate how I wake up in my day and move through it.
So the idea behind the IMoove practice is to direct us towards a bulletproof body, all right? So some of the things that have happened over the years, the course of my lifetime, that have brought me down to the most efficient type of movement practice, functional practice, has come down to a 25-minute a day, 6 days a week if that's available to you, less if it isn't. IMoves is flexible, but it's most effective when there is, I think, a 6-day practice, 6 days a week with some recovery time in there. We build that into our practices, right? The idea behind the IMoove practice is to direct us towards a bulletproof body, all right? So as young kids, we had an ability to be explosive, to know when to just go over distance. We had a lot of different innate abilities we just don't want to lose as we age and stage throughout our life. So the IMoove practice is building towards that bulletproof body that doesn't forget those kinds of things. We activate those systems. We constantly challenge ourselves in a well-rounded range of movements. We are not trying to be the next CrossFit champion or the next distance marathon runner. We are not dedicated to a single line, a linear line. We do an awful lot of different kinds of movements and practices. And so we rarely do the same one twice. And it all depends where we are. Sometimes we use a lot of equipment. Sometimes we use no equipment. We just have the full range of motion: horizontal, vertical, strength, speed, balance, jumping, so we can still keep the idea of our bone density. We don't want to weaken our bone structure as we age, and putting that extra load on it helps maintain that density. We certainly look after our diet in a way that allows us full recovery. And so the idea behind the practice is that it's your practice. This is my practice. I take ownership. I start to develop relationship with self, which is mind and body, all right? Recognizing that spirit is guiding and giving and blessing us with the ability and the energy to do these things. But this becomes a personal my practice, and it is designed to create success for any age and stage and ability. It's all inclusive, all right?
And I think why it does create success automatically is when you show up. Just by showing up, you already are successful. So just showing up with the awareness that you're showing up for 25 minutes a day to give your all to bring your game and be present, targeting the needs of your body for that day, and that you're going to completely align your attention with the practice at that particular time. You know that I've been able to consistently, with practice, physically map out my body from within so that I understand which movements now intuitively engage which muscles. There's a natural alignment more and more for the optimum and most efficient use of my physical instrumentality, which includes my mental focus. That is a physical thing. Our mind is a physical reality. We can see it. We can watch the outcome in physical. That practice coming from knowing that I am dedicated to the practice for the results, and I know what the result is. First of all, the result is in the process itself. Actually engaging in the practice is already the result of the practice. And then the cumulative results of those efforts have shown me a new kind of strength and confidence. And that is the practice, to approach our lives every day with confidence.
So, these different movements that I've done throughout a lifetime and refining that to what I think is doable, right? It's certainly available 25 minutes a day. I've had a really busy life and somehow I managed that time in. It didn't have to go to a gym. It started out that way. It didn't have to be on a certain point in my life. I was able to take that wherever I was, hotel rooms at night after work, on job sites in the evening when the lights were all out, wherever, however, I was able to find a way to create a movement. It might not be, this is a personal program and it's flexible. If that day you've got 15 minutes, then you kind of condense what it is we're doing, if you're following along with us, into a 15-minute practice.
And trust that over time you will up your bar. You will raise the bar. And I have seen that. Sometimes I just need to let my body have the rest, even though my mind wants to accomplish it. But I've learned not to go towards this practice out of ego.
So the idea of a 15-minute practice, right, or 10-minute, or whatever it is that you're able to find that in your day, that space in your day to create a practice and accomplish it, is cumulative. Let's not forget that, right? 15 minutes today, 15 minutes tomorrow, 18 minutes the next day, whatever it is cumulative. And over time, it will find its sweet spot. For me, it's been 25 minutes. Perhaps you follow along with us and you go, you know what, I want an extra 5. You take it. But I'm telling you that it will, if you make this your practice, you will find your sweet spot.
That 25 minutes a day is a meditation. When the mind is completely focused on the activity that's present and there's no threads of attention being frayed, but rather completely focused on that momentum and staying present to what is needed in that moment. Is an event. It's something I really look forward to because of a number of reasons. Because I know that in that period of time, I really accomplished something.
So for me, just to close then, the Bulletproof body is about optimal health, optimal wellness, optimal functionability. The body doesn't become a drag. It doesn't become full of aches and pains and something you have to always be kind of dragging around with you. The body doesn't do those things. It doesn't know how. It starts to have a different awareness. The mind starts to have a different awareness. The Bulletproof body is bringing your game, showing up. Give yourself a chance to be the best version of you that you can.
We were born to thrive, and we just have to stay with the program and not get lost on the way with our tastes and preferences. And I do want to say, there's a lot of room for that. There's a lot of room to satisfy our cravings and our yearnings. Absolutely. We include that. But we really need to do this. We need to show up. We need to bring our game. We need to be willing to dedicate a certain number of minutes every day, 6 days a week, so that we start to have this awareness, a growing awareness and a capacity to compare. And I want to say that at some point, there's this quantum leap into the body taking over the functioning and the mind just becoming the recipient of the body's intelligence. It's communicating it at that time. So we want to maintain the joy. We want to maintain that enthusiasm of seeing ourselves become capable. This is such a great thing.
Well, we're on this journey. And so we're inviting you to come along on this ride because, God willing, we'll be here 30 years from now, still talking, still showing what the I-MOOVE practice was yesterday or coming up tomorrow or what we got into today. So come along with that. See where we are in time.
Yeah, and if you stick with us for 30 years, you'll see me doing I-MOOVes at 102.
There you go. You see? So you know what? Give us a go. And then if there's even, pass it on. Let somebody else know. This is a message that kind of those that need to hear it, it's a good idea if they do.
Yes. And always you can take from it what is going to work for you because, as Michael says, this is your practice. And so to whatever degree you can get the benefit of our love and awareness of this great gift that we are capable of giving ourselves. May you continue to thrive and flourish and live out the wonderfulness of this formed temple of life.
So honor your gift from top to bottom. It's on you.